Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about bottom surgery, specifically phalloplasty, and the Feening, the intense want and attraction towards wanting bottom surgery. So trigger warning if anybody does not want to hear about this stuff or it like triggers any type of dysphoria related to bottom surgery or bottom dysphoria, anything like that. I will be using some anatomical, is that the word? Sure, terms. So just letting you know. So I'm making this video because a really close friend of mine actually got bottom surgery not too long ago, and it's made me think a lot, and I'm very close to this person. We talk every day, and we've been friends for years. They have a blog, and I mean, I can't tell you who they are because they're stealth, but I'm very close to them, okay? And them going through the process of having bottom surgery has really opened my eyes to it being a real possibility. Now, I have other friends who have gotten bottom surgery also recently, and it's just so mind-blowing that that's a thing that can happen. And I've seen people for years being able to get bottom surgery and seeing it on all these groups and on these Yahoo groups and on these Facebook groups and on YouTube and Tumblr and everything like that, and I've seen it, but I guess I never really felt like it was a possibility until someone so close to me has gotten phalloplasty. And like, I talk to them every day, and we talk about the recovery, and we talk about like certain questions and stuff like that, and it's just so intense to know that like it's a thing. And I don't know how to explain this. Maybe an analogy that people can understand is like when you find out that you're trans, like you realize like, oh, trans is a thing, but you're like, oh, but I could never do that. And then you meet somebody who's trans, or like you see someone who's trans, or like maybe even you see someone on TV who's trans, and you're like, oh my God, you can actually do this? Even though you had known that trans people existed, but being able to see it happen is just like, oh my God, I can do this. So that's kind of what's happening with me in bottom surgery. Now, the specific bottom surgery that I'm talking about is phalloplasty. And phalloplasty is when they take donor tissue, usually the arm, sometimes I think it's usually like, I think the number one is the arm, and then you can get it from your leg, like the thigh area. I believe in the UK they take the like from the butt area as well, and then there's like another place that takes the skin from there. Anyways, so they take donor skin to construct the phallus, the peen, and I mean, I'm not gonna go into a whole technical and like how phalloplasty is like done and stuff like that. If you're really interested in that, I did make videos a long time ago, which I will need to remake because they're old now. But if you're really looking for more information on bottom surgery, I'll link his blog down there. So there is another bottom surgery technique called metoidioplasty, and that's when they take your peen that has grown from T, and they release it and do a urethral lengthening if you want, and blah blah. I'm not going to go into it, but I'm just telling you there's two main ones that I'm talking about. Specifically, I'm leaning towards phalloplasty. So the reason why I'm leaning towards phalloplasty, and honestly, if you've watched my videos before, I even have I had a bottom surgery consult with Dr. Broussard like 2-3 years ago, and that was intended for metoidioplasty, and it was for the release. And I was really interested in that, and to be honest, after going to the Philly Trans Health Conference and really talking to this one friend and all of my other friends that are comfortable talking about bottom surgery, I realized that I would not get anything personally from metoidioplasty. And it's not like, oh, the peen is too small, anything like that. It's nothing like that. But for me personally, I can understand my body, and as weird as this sound, I already feel like I've had metoidioplasty. And I'm not saying that because like my growth has been like a lot or anything like that, but I feel like the same feeling that I have now with metoidioplasty, with the junk that I have now, would be the same as if I had metoidioplasty. And I know that it's a weird feeling, and like, who am I to know even that, because it's, you know, who am I? You know, I'm not post-op bottom surgery or anything like that, but my feeling would be that I didn't do anything to that area. And that's my personal feeling. I know a lot of people who have had metoidioplasty and are super happy with it, are not looking for phalloplasty in the future, are not unhappy. They're great. They love it and everything like that. But like I said, this is a personal thing. It's for me, and the statistic for me is too much. And I go to the bottom surgery show and tell at the Philly Trans Health Conference every year, sit right in the front. And a lot of the people who have metoidioplasty have said that they are maybe looking for phalloplasty in the future. And then a lot of the people who have had phalloplasty said that they had originally had metoidioplasty, but they needed to have phalloplasty later on because they didn't feel like they had enough from metoidioplasty, and they feel like they should have gone with their first instinct, which was to go for phalloplasty. So I'm not sure what the percentage is, but I know that there is a very high conversion rate of people who have phalloplasty who had already had metoidioplasty before. So that got me thinking a lot. Like, I do not want to go through like 2 surgeries, right? 2 major surgeries on my junk and my genitals and stuff like that. But just for like a side note, if you have metoidioplasty, you are able to get phalloplasty later on in the future. Now, if you have phalloplasty, you can't really go back to metoidioplasty unless you, like, I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but like, I've never heard of that happening. So all this to say, for me personally, I think phalloplasty is like in my future, and it's a very scary thought, okay? Because the things that I want from bottom surgery are not like, it's not always what people like get, right? It's not like the huge, I guess. But when I went to Dr. Crane's like talk last year at the conference, and he said basically what you want will do, and it just opened my eyes, because he said there is a higher risk of complication, but you are able to get phalloplasty and keep the front whole, which is what I want, because I enjoy that area too much to let it go. I have tried hard to maybe like supplement the back for that, but it doesn't work. It's a different feeling for me, and although I enjoy both, I enjoy the front. I'm so sorry if you know me personally in real life. This is really uncomfortable, especially because this isn't one of my like sex ed videos or anything like that. This is just like, I want a peen, but I also want to keep the hole, because I'm weird, right? It's my genitals, fuck, let me do whatever the fuck I want with them, right? Let me be vulgar, because whatever. But yeah, so when I heard that you could actually do that, there is a higher risk of complication. To me, it is worth it. But I just like, for this entire year, okay, because the conference is coming up, for this entire year, all I've been thinking about is, could I do this? And then the second that my friend got phalloplasty, and it's a thing, and like he posted like pictures online of just like his arm cast thing, and it's just like, and he's shown me personal pictures, like just what his arm looks like. And it's just like, I will be seeing him like in the flesh at the conference. We are friends, we are going to hug, and he has a peen now. And literally the night before he had phalloplasty, we went on Skype together. I'm like, you will literally have a peen in 10 hours. Like, it's just so like, you can actually do this. It's a thing. And I've had such bottom dysphoria on and off for years, and it's such a weird feeling. But even now that I don't have bottom dysphoria, and I know this because I can talk openly about sex and not feel uncomfortable about it. Sometimes it goes off where I'm just like, I can't talk about sex, don't talk to me, leave me alone. But even now that I'm like okay with it, I have a different type of dysphoria with the bottom, and it's like, I'm okay with the sex, but it's looking down and like not seeing anything there has made me, I feel uncomfortable by that, because there's nothing there. And it's not like I don't feel like a man if I don't have a dick. It's nothing like that. I could deal with this, okay? But it's the fact that it's something that I feel like I would benefit from mentally. And it would almost make me, like, my body feel complete. And not like complete as a man, because like I've said in my videos, I don't identify 100% as male, maybe like 80%. The rest I'm a squiggly line, you know? So to me, it's not like you gotta have a dick to be a man. It's nothing like that. It's more how I feel comfortable in my body. I had to have top surgery. Good, now I'm comfortable. I feel like there needs to be something there. I wear a packer like every day, and it just makes me feel more comfortable. It makes me feel more like me. And I feel like phalloplasty in the future and is definitely possible. So I am looking for that peen. I'm fiending for that peen, and the only issue is that I need to go to Crane, Dr. Crane or Dr. Chen in San Francisco, because they're the ones who can do what I need them to do, because the other people don't. Now, I can get it covered from Quebec, but only from Dr. Broussard, which he only does one technique, doesn't change anything. It's like a factory in there, in and out, the Peen factory. So I wouldn't be able to go there at all. So because it's my body and I get to choose what I want to do with my body, because we have literally like no agency ever as trans people, I'm deciding what I want with my body. So I will have to find a way to get it covered in the United States. So it's either like because I know Quebec won't cover it. I know that Ontario covers outside surgeons now for bottom surgery. Like what? The wait lists are crazy. Or I just move to the States, get, a green card, get some citizenship up here, get some insurance and get it covered. Super simple, right? Anyways, I would like to have phalloplasty in the next 5 years. That would be awesome. That gives me a lot of anxiety to think about. It's a very big surgery. It's a very big commitment, I guess. But the part of me is so scared, but then the other part of me is fiending, man. Damn. And it's not even sex related either, because I want to keep the front, right? So it's really more like a comfort thing. So it's I don't know how to explain it. Do you have these feelings? Am I crazy? I don't know. We don't really ever talk about bottom surgery like this because it's not am I crazy? I don't know. Do you feel this? I don't know what's going on here. Let me know what you think. If you feel like this, if you feel like you need phalloplasty or metoidioplasty for different reasons, I don't know. Let me know. And we'll have a conversation about this in the comments, and I will see you later. Bye.